This one's going to be a lot of work. A lot. Now we already have an 853. Bought that a while ago. Well, built it a while ago with the Gervin Vector fork. Built it up from the frame. I just bought the frame, then bought all the yellow stomas, group. Little over spec'd. It's all XT. But when I saw this 753, the lower model or the next model down, I thought I had to have it. It's in a little. It's a bit more worse for wear than I thought though. But at least the seat post moves. Now, second thing to cross your fingers on is whether this stem comes out or not. Oh, we had movement. Well, we've got movement at least. And gripping between the legs. Oh, well, that's going to be tight. There we go. This bike jumped out because it's got one of my favourite groups on it. It's got the black Deore LX from obviously 93, since it's an 853. And seeing as it needed a bit of work, I thought, you know, why not save it? Turns out though, a bit of work is an understatement. It needs a lot of work. It's actually had the same owner since 1993. Story goes that at the time, obviously, this was a pretty expensive bike, over £1,000 I think he said, but it was actually given to a pro skier, sponsored by Oakley, whose sponsors gave it them, but seeing as they're travelling around all the time, they didn't have a chance to ride it, so they sold it cheap, and this guy picked it up, and it's been in, give or take, his possession ever since. Now I say give or take because he was telling me the stories about this bike, and initially, you know, he rode it, but then goes off to do education stuff, and it gets tucked away at the back of the shed or garage, you know, at your parents' house, and it doesn't get used for years. But after that, an interesting thing about this bike is apparently it was stolen. Woke up one night and it was gone, but it came back, obviously, he still got it. And that's because, as the story goes, he was out on the town, had a few drinks, walking home, and would you know it, walks past this garden with the bike in. So manages to get it back, and yeah, it's had it for the rest of the time. That wedge is stuck in there. Okay. And it's almost original. Now it has had a few tweaks over the years. Some of the original equipment has gone. This front wheel is still original. I think he said he had it relaced with a new rim, but I'm not sure. Unfortunately, the shock is original and is seized. And sort of, oh yeah, doubly unfortunate, this rear wheel isn't original. And I just went to grab the quick release and it's not there. So the original black Deore LX rear wheel has been replaced, or rear hub, sorry, has been replaced with, what is this, Alivio? Parallax? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like an Alivio. Slightly more modern one. Maybe the wheel was out of true, who knows. So that's going to have to be replaced again. Gonna have to find a original hub and probably do a brand new set of wheels. Now if we go back to the front, although the shock is seized, it still has the original black Deore LX, what are they, M560 cantilevers, on the front at least. On the rear, not so much. Unfortunately, those have been replaced, so... Oh, actually, and it looks like the covers on these brakes have, well, perished, so when I get them off I'll show you. So yeah, unfortunately, that cover is long since gone. So it looks like a pair of brakes that I need as well, not just one. Sorry, two pairs. And that's because on the back here you've got a V-brake. Don't know what model yet, I still haven't got it off, but that can't have been working properly, at least with the cantilever levers. It also means that I'm missing, can you see? Yeah, I'm missing the little rocker here, so we'll have to find that, so add that to the list. But maybe at least that means I've got a set or a pair of V-brakes to put in this parts bin. Yeah, okay. Now going back to this end anyway, it does have the Deore DX headset, although why it was so loose like that I do not know. Does seem to be in fairly nice condition. Oh, that'll be why. So yeah, the headset seems to be in fairly nice condition, but the fork itself, yeah, it's going to need a full teardown. I'm not very clued up on the Quadra, which it is, so I don't know, looking at it, if it's oil, air, spring, elastoma, but yeah, it is original. The stanchions there look fairly clean. But I do see corrosion inside, as in like the white corrosion. I think he said the cables are still original. Probably the chain too. Definitely the chain rings. There we go. Now I remember this is something that got me on the 853, choosing the right derailleur. Because the one I bought originally didn't fit. Yeah, this cable is rust. I think the chances of these pedals coming out by hand, at least, are pretty slim. Oh, wow, okay. Now this did surprise me a little bit, find a cartridge in there, but there were early cartridges. This seems to have a Q date on it, which would put it at, I think it was a 91 up to 2018 I worked out. So it's either an old stock when this bike was made in 93 and it's an original, or it was changed in, well, 2018, 19, whichever. So this needs to go tighter. Let's get my big one. Oh wow, that's tight. So that bottom bracket is in there. Must be original then. Must be a 1991 stock. Yeah, because I can't see that being so tight after only, what, 3 years maybe? 28mm diameter stem. Now it should, obviously, have an elastomer on here, but as aging would have it, they dry out. And when they dry out, well actually, all the time, they're susceptible to heat, but especially when they dry out. And this one happened to be left in a car on a hot day, and well, you can tell what happened. It melted all over the car apparently. Still remnants of it on there. So I'll have to get some new ones. Okay. I didn't mean to drop it though. Oh my god. Well, I can tell you this for sure. That bottom bracket is not coming out today, and I am 99% sure it's the original. Yeah, that date stamp must be 91. Q for 91, right? Yeah, it must be original. It's aluminium frame, steel swing arm, so that isn't aluminium on aluminium corrosion in that bottom bracket. After 27 years of being in there, it's going to be a fight. But what I'm going to do is pour some WD-40 to start with. I've got some in a tub. I'm going to pour it down the seat tube, let it sit in there, see if that does anything, tip it out, and then start with some stronger stuff. But I can't go down the obviously acid route because it's an aluminium frame, so the acid will eat the aluminium. So I've just got to try and work it with some penetration fluid, and I'll just try it down the seat tube, let it soak in there. So yeah, I don't know if there's much more I can do today. I've got a lot of parts to clean up. Got the LX crankset to, well, the LX parts to source, the wheels and the brake, the cantilever arms, crankset to repaint, derailleurs to clean up, probably resurface them, put new pulleys in the rear, Obviously once the batten bracket is out, the whole frame is going to get repainted, hopefully. I'll find the decals, recover the saddle, try and fix that fork, the quadra fork. So there is a lot of work to do, and I've probably missed something or other, but yeah, it's going to be a lot of work, but it'll be worth it in the end, hopefully. And they make nice cross-country bikes, honestly they do. Bit bouncy in the rear, obviously because of the elastoma, but it works. So if you have gone for option B and the build is separate from the teardown, then yeah, thanks for watching the teardown. I hope you look forward to this coming up. I'm not obviously going to stop any of the builds, they're all carrying on. This is just a sideline, an extra sideline, drive me distracted. So look forward to it. Thanks for watching. Do all the like, comment, subscribe and shares, and I'll see you in the next video.